Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. We've got the visiting team and Athens. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Fall, and it's Vezenkov in at the 4. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
Just 5 to shoot. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
There's a good screen. Pass to Fall. Good on the triple. 5 points in the game.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Here's Osman. Rebounded by Panathinaikos.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Fournier passes to Panathinaikos. Inside. Here's Vezenkov. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Panathinaikos, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 or 4 so far.
Brown outside. Athens moving the ball around. This Lucas, and the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Outside Fournier. There's the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter every season he's been in the league.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I did have a chance to talk with the head coach for Athens. We talked about tackling the quote-unquote Sabonis problem. Coach said, we want to challenge Sabonis as early and often as possible. We'd rather see him pass the ball than find his own shot, and especially inside. Well, they'll try to battle Demonis in the paint. We'll see how that works out. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And now Athens on the break. Here's Osman. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
Fournier for 3. It's hauled in by Athens. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. He can't get it to go.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Personal foul, second team foul.
And he makes the first.
At the line for the away team, 0.
He's off on the second. Athens trails by 7. Off with the layup. From deep. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Pass to Fenerbahce. Puts up a deep three. The long-distance three is buried. Fenerbahce's got 8 points.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Panathinaikos. Pass to Fenerbahce. Here he goes. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
Grant outside. Lets it go from deep. 4 seconds left. And botches the dunk. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Leading by 10. And will. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Here's Evans, and the dunk by Evans.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Athens foul call. Correct. First personal foul. First team foul.
The visitors with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Here's Dorsey. Hits the jumper in space. Dorsey's got his first points of the night. Athens trails by 9. Nunn looking around. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. There's the pick. 5 to shoot. That one's in. His first shot this game.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Evans kicks to Peters. Offensive rebound, out of bounds. Athens takes possession. A brief moment here to recognize a player that's really been getting it done. He's earned the Player of the Week in the Western Conference.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stop.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Nunn. And slammed in for 2.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Grant the pass to Nunn. Now running up the court, Evans trying to push it up. Sinks the triple. Evans has got 5.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Evans against Nunn. Power down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Athens moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. To the inside. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And
cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
And Grant with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the tray off the fast break. 5 points in the game.
He's one of the guys they don't mind taking the three in transition when he's that open. He's lethal out there.
They set the pick to the middle. Here's the teardrop. It's tipped. None against Evans. 1:03 left in the first half. And here's none. The shot will not fall. To the left side wing. Here's Peters. Oh, good with the triple.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Evans outside. Down low. Hernan Gomez, that's a two-pointer. Beats the buzzer! Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing way to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Brown will bring it up for Athens. It's a one-point game. We've got Brown and Lucas in at the one.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
They've got Fall, and it's Papanikolaou in at the three. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Brown. The visitors with the ball. Here's Vezenkov. Knocks down the three ball. Vezenkov's got 11 points.
And he's not going to miss those very often, even from deep. But he has to close out a little stronger on him.
First team foul.
We've got Brown, and it's Osman in at the four slot. Here's Lucas. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. They've got Fall, and it's Papanikolaou in at the small forward.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys. Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Yurtsevin kicks to Osman. Nifty move. And he sinks the layup. Osman's got his third basket of the night.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
He takes it in.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk.
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 10.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Fournier gets a wide open look, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. There's Lucas. That three off the mark. Takes the three. Outside Fournier. Takes a three. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Away team foul. Panathinaikos. First personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now, here's Nunn. Into the lane. Power down with both hands.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Fournier for 3. It's hauled in by Athens. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
There's a screen. Here's Fall. Count the basket.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Grant the pass to Osman. Connects from three-point range. Osman's got 7 now in this quarter.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
And it's Vazenkov missing. Athens trails by 3. Grant on the wing. He's looking for Nunn and finds him. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
Osman, the pass to Grant. There's the screen. Drives to the hoop. And the dunk by Grant.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Three-pointer. That shot, no good. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Leading by a point. And after a quick break, And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Nunn. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Shoots over Dorsey. Nunn can't get it to fall.
Athens foul. Grant. Third personal foul. First team foul.
The visitors with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And for Athens. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for Athens. Trailing by 4. That shot missing. Evans with some nice D. Pass to Peters. From downtown. They get it back to the left wing. Here's Dorsey. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And the first one drops.
Shooting for the away team.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
They set the pick. A 3-ball. The shot, no good. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. From deep, Evans drills it from outside.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one. Smooth reverse. He knew just what he was doing there.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk.
Yeah, for sure. That was a take no chances, take no prisoner slam right there, guys.
Covered by Evans. Pass to Nunn.
2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Dorsey. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. And here's Evans. Lets it go with a 3. Pass to Dorsey. The tray. Nailed from three-point land. Dorsey's got 8 points here in this quarter.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Pass to Peters. Launches from deep. Offensive rebound.
And that long rebound just falls right back into their hands. That'll reset the shot clock. He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on deep.
None wide open. They get it again. There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Dorsey. It's good from long range.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
And, you know, everybody in the building knows this is a wrap, a done deal. Put this one in the W column.
Peters grabs the miss. Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And doesn't show any sign of slowing down.
Now Athens with it. Here's Lucas. fires from way outside. Here's Milutinov. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, an enemy.
Hello and welcome to Sunday night NBA action here on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Boban Marjanovic out there with Hayes. And it's Baldwin in at the point.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
And the shot's good.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Brown with it. There's a screen. The three is up. It's Hayes with the rebound. And we're about a minute into the first. He buries it from three.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, here's what the head coach for Athens told me earlier. I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense, hand in the face, crowd him, anything to discourage him from taking shots. So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long." Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. Here's Baberovic. Fires in the triple.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Osman with the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. He takes it in. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Athens shooting their first free throws tonight.
2 shots.
Good on both.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Here's Baldwin. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And he jams it home with authority.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
He kept his cool despite the double team and finds the open man.
Pass to Baberovic. Here's Baldwin. Launches it. It's not going to go for him. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Offline with a 3.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Now Hayes. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. The first free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Both shots good from the strike. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Fires the 3, and he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Baldwin's got 9. Athens trails by 4. 1:33 left to play in the first.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
First team foul.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Baberovic. Here's Baldwin. Deflected! And Marjanovic gets it to go.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And there's a pick. Oh, rejected by Marjanovic. 3-on-3. Hayes for 3. It's hauled in by Athens. Outside, Brown. Down low. Here's 7. Oh, powered down with both hands.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Baldwin, the pass to Hayes. There's the drive, and finished off by Hayes.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. 5 to shoot. No good on the 3. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Up 6. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Overall, though, they've taken good care of the ball. That's their first turnover.
Athens trails by 6. Here's Nunn, and he drives in, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Pass to Birch. Here's Guduric. He's covered by Grant. Birch with a screen on Nunn. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Outside for Grant. Now here's Nunn. Defense right on him.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Nunn defends. It's tipped. That's tipped. And they're pushing it up.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Grant, the pass to Nunn. Now here's Hernan Gomez. The three. And here's Nunn. 6 to shoot. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. These are his first free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
So he gets them both. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Fires from deep. He's off on that one. Athens trails by 5. There's a screen. Three-pointer. And another miss by Athens.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Really left him alone that time. He has 6.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And so Grant will bring it up for Athens. Nunn, the pass to Hernan Gomez. This one for 3. They get the rebound. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Birch with a screen on Nunn. Off target from outside. Now here's Hernan Gomez. Still no points. On the attack, Nunn. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
He put some rage into that one, B.A.
You're telling me. Nunn defends. The 3 is up. That one drops. 3 for 6 now.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Athens trails by 7. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Now Hernan Gomez. Pass to Grant. On the take. Oh, Grant throws it down.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Right side, Nunn with the drive. Now here's Hernan Gomez. Tight defense on him. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
Athens shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And so he makes both from the line.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Driving to the basket, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, that was nasty. A 2-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Here's Baldwin. He's covered by Grant. Birch the pass to Baldwin. Back to Birch. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Up 5. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
And right now, thanks for tuning in.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Baldwin. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
We've got Boban Marjanovic, and it's Hayes in at the 4 spot. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. Osman. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Flying in with the one-hand slam.
That right there was a statement finish. And for Athens,
slams it down with 2 hands.
man, they're really getting aggressive now. Athens trails by 7 to the left side wing. Second half getting started. About a minute played. Shot is up. Good as the jump shot falls. He's got 5. Here's Baldwin. 13 points in the game. Shoots. It's rebounded by Yurtseven.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Here's Baldwin, defended by Brown.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. The 3 knocks down the triple.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Baldwin, the pass to Hayes. Takes the 3. Drills it from deep. Hayes has got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Yurtseven a screen. To the middle. Oh, ripped away. Fast break. Here we go. The 3 ball. Counted from distance. 6 points for him.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Gets a very good look and converts.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Drives to the hoop.
Come on, B.A. Emphatic slam from a player who does it better than most.
Oh, defense optional when the freight train is coming.
Well, if you give up that lane that easily, you got to expect he's going to attack the rim with some force.
Liberovic can't get it to go. Athens trails by 10. A deep 3. It's hauled in by Marjanovic. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Takes a 3. Drains the triple. Liberovic has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Liberovic has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. From deep 3-point land. And another miss by Athens.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Sinks it from distance. Liberovic has got his second bucket of the night.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
Will it go? Baldwin with a rebound.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Pure from 3-point range.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And at this point, they're loving this big lead.
Absolutely. And they haven't really faced a lot of resistance.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Takes it inside. Pass to Baberovic. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the three. That one no good. Fires away from way outside. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. They lead by 13. And fourth quarter basket. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Lets it go from deep. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
There's a screen by Birch. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Athens. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Money from the wing.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Pass to Guduric. From behind the arc. No luck on that one. Athens trails by 12, and they're running. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Puts up a three. Sinks the tray.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
For three. Connects from downtown. 20 points for him.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Into the lane. Launches a three. It's hauled in by Athens.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
1:57 left in the game. Knocks it down from distance.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
That three off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Athens trails by 12. Let's go with a three. Doesn't go that time.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Ooh, poked away. In transition. Up ahead. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. 1:16 left to play in the fourth quarter. Puts up a deep three. No good there.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves. Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Drains the three while he's being fouled, and he might be able to make this a 4-point play.
He's tenacious, hitting from the perimeter while drawing the foul.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Nunn. Offensive rebound. Comes up empty down low.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this win.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 5 on the clock. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Hayes. He's out there with Boban Marjanovic, and it's Baldwin in at the point. Here's Papanikolaou. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Hayes. Pass to Baldwin. With the...
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Well, this is the kind of thing that will help that shooting percentage. Fournier in the high percentage area.
Pass to Biberovic. From outside, off the mark. First quarter, just over a minute played. Puts up a three. Here's Fall. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
Here's Hayes. No good on the triple. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pass to Vezenkov. 6 to shoot. Here's Papanikolaou. Going inside. The rebound by Biberovic. And here we go. Fader on the way. The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Vezenkov, covered by Hayes. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Vezenkov, it's good. This game is all even.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Driving to the basket.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know, he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. First quarter of play. We're around 3 minutes in. They get the rebound. And Marjanovic with the slam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Biberovic. Fires it up. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. There's the drive.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. Fires the three. Wow, through the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Shooting for the away team.
Good on the second free throw.
The line for 3.
And he makes all 3.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Fournier for 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. 56 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Baldwin. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Here's Papanikolaou. Pass to Vezenkov. Here's Papanikolaou. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Hayes.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
Here's Biberovic. He's guarded by Fournier. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. To the inside, looking to end the run, and Fall gets it to go. Fall's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position. And both teams here in a nice rhythm offensively, and that really says as much about the lack of D as it does either's O.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Up. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. From past the arc, trains the three-pointer.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Now Dorsey. Evans up top. Here's Melly. Here's Gutterich. Trains it from beyond the arc. Gutterich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
When the defense totally lost track of him, he punishes them with a three-pointer. That's a bad decision.
And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Milutinov. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big-time play on both ends.
Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 5.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now Dorsey. Scoreless thus far. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Hall's checked in for Colson.
First personal foul. First team foul. Checking in for the away team. Number 0, Devin Hall.
Now here's Evans to the paint. Driving inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Evans has got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Covered by Evans. Pass to Hall. Tipped away. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession on Thursday. Then on Thursday. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And it's in there. Hall's got his first points of the game.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
To the right side. Here's Melly. It's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Pass to Peters. A minute 50 left in the first half of basketball.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Gutterich from the arc. It's hauled in by Dorsey. Peters. The quick look, no good that time. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Peters grabs the miss. Back to Evans. Fires for three. Here's Milutinov. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is, control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Evans has got 5 points now this quarter.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Pass to Dorsey. Got a piece of it. And they're moving it up. And it's blocked. They recover it. Covered by Evans. The three. That one, no good. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Leading by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And that concludes halftime.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall into the center position. And it's Vezenkov missing.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
You've got Baldwin. He's out there with Marjanovic. And it's Biberovic in at the small forward.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Inside, Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Baldwin. Can't cash in from close range. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. The Nicolau, good.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And it's Marjanovic on top of the key. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's the screen. It's Fournier on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Vezenkov. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Baldwin.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Biberovic. Fires from the wing. Fall with the rebound. Fall's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now here's Fournier. Defense is right there. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Personal foul, first team.
You know, there's an unpredictability about what Evan Fournier does that keeps defenders guessing. This guy is outstanding at using that to his advantage.
Both good from the line that time. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. Pass to Biberovic. Here's the 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Biberovic has got 6 points.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
There's the pick. Fournier pass to Fall. There's the triple. And Fournier is good for 3. Fournier's got 7 now in this quarter.
When you make a 3 on him, Fournier wants a little payback, and he gets it.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Here's Panathinaikos. A 3-pointer is right on target. He's got 10.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Pass to Vezenkov. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Vezenkov's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. For 3, rebounded by Panathinaikos.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Outside Fournier, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Well, solid at recognizing when to attack on the interior. Fournier staying aggressive.
Biberovic hands it from downtown. Biberovic has gone 2 of 6 shooting from the arc, 33%. Launches a 3, and Evan Fournier with a 3.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Right wing. A beautiful reverse layup. Panathinaikos got 8 points in the quarter.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And he gets the bucket.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pass to Vezenkov. Here's Panathinaikos. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Home team foul. 0. Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
9 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Good on the shot. He's got 10.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
5 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Peters. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
And that's it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
To the middle, it's tipped. Lets the three fly. Here's Hall. Takes it inside.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Pass to Gutterich. And he makes that one.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Evans outside. 14 feet away. That's good on the jump shot.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Pass to Melly. 5 on the clock. Melly. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Off target from outside. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Here's Gutterich. Bangs home the trifecta. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Second personal foul, first team foul.
First one falls for him.
Line for 2, Evans.
And both free throws good for Evans. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And he drives in. Baldwin. Covered by Evans. Now here's Hayes. D right on him. Chalk up 2 there.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Hayes has gone 4-7 from the field here. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Evans. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we've talked about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
For the 3. Peters grabs the miss.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Evans kicks to Peters. Back to Evans. Pass to Peters. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
The fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Fires the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Here's Evans. No good. Shot missing. Here's Bidarovich. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And they had a foul to give, but we want to use it on the ground.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, 2-possession game now after knocking both of those down.
Now Dorsey. Pass to Peters. Shoots the 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Traps in the tray.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point. The tested veteran coming through in a big-time moment. Evan Fournier, go ahead, sir.
And it ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now here's Hayes. Tight defense on him. From deep three-point land. And the ball goes out of play following the shot.
Away team's ball.
Tries a three off the inbound. They get it back. It's good.
Well, just it's easy to say, this guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sports with some NBA hoops. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. And we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team and the starting group for Athens. We've got Jetty Osman, also a Marriott 7 out there, and it's Brown in at the 3.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Papanikolaou. There's the triple. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Fournier covering. And again, it's Athens with a 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Papanikolaou. From outside the arc. They get it back. Here's Fall. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. It's going to go on Omer Yurtseven. On offense, here is Athens. It's a three-point game. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And that one is hammered home.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Pass to Graham. Fournier covering. Yurtseven, a screen on Fournier. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And he makes it on the layup. Fournier's got 5 points.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Grant outside. Fournier covering. There's a screen. And it's in there. 10 points for him.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
Here's Papanikolaou. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Back to Grant. Oh, Grant throws it down.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Inside, and that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. Here's Vezinkov. It's rebounded by Grant.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes. And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the first. Releases. And that one's good. Vezinkov.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Fournier covering on the wing, Grant. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Ooh, stolen by Fournier. There's 1:17 left in the first. The shot by Vezinkov, no good. And so it's Athens with it. Fournier covering from the arc. Buries it from 3. 13 points in the game.
Only 1 miss in his first 6 shots. He's definitely brought his A game.
Shoots. It's rebounded by Yurtseven.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And so it's Athens with it, leading by 5. Yurtseven, a screen on Fournier. Pass to Graham. Clock at 6. 4-3. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Gets the 3 to fall. Fournier's got 8 points. Fournier's got 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. Beyond the arc. Unable to get that one. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. It's Athens up by 2. Let's take... And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Athens.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
So on the floor for Athens. And there's the lob. There's the steal. Inside. Left side, none. Three-pointer. The shot won't fall. Got a piece of it. Here's the break. Jumps up. And the finish on the break with the slam.
Strong defense followed by some smart offense. That's just good fundamentals.
Here's Evans. Nunn defends. Nice shot from the wing. And so it's Athens with it. They trail by 1. Out to the right wing. And the three-pointer goes.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
They set the screen. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Evans. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Evans has got 5 now.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
To the inside, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
Peters, no good. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And he goes in for the dunk.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, a chance to check out the upcoming schedule for Athens. On Wednesday, and then on Friday, Athens shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And he drops the first. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Athens. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Here's Evans. Nunn defends. They set the pick. Here's Peters. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Athens leading by 3. Pass to Nunn. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Nails it from beyond the arc.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Evans. He drops it from range. Evans has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
And here's none. No points yet. Driving in. Missed inside.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
And down it goes. Jam that one home.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. To the middle. No good with a layup.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
From downtown, it's hauled in by Athens.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Hernan Gomez gets the bucket.
3 points.
It's a neck-and-neck game in Chicago. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Evans. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Evans has got 10 points in the game.
And he's single-handedly trying to keep them alive. Terrific scoring quarter. Will it be enough, though?
Jacks up a three. Not going to go that time.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
The shot by Dorsey, no good. Gets it off. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Athens. They're up by 2. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
The three-point contest only grows in popularity. Hard to pick the favorite here. All these guys are knockdown shooters. Despite being the visitor, they've been in control. They've got an edge to their game. That can quiet a hostile crowd, Shaq.
Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Here's Fournier. They set a pick. Pass to Vezenkov. For the tie. The shot comes out. Vezenkov's gotten just one of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. And for Athens, Jetty Osman out there with Omer Yurtseven. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Driving inside, played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Yurtseven a screen. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Yurtseven passes to Graham. With the clock winding down, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
And that's his MO. Be physical, get in position for the putback, and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Lets the 3 fly, and give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Here's Vezenkov going inside, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
In transition, here they come. Hits a 3-pointer. 7 points in the game.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a 1-possession game. Well done.
Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Fournier, a screen on Brown. Pass to Vezenkov. It's hauled in by Athens.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Now here's your 7. Fires for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. 19 points in the game.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Fournier for 3. On target from range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Fournier covering. There's the 3. The rebound by Vezenkov.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
The shot by Fournier, no good. Athens leading by 6. Osman passes to Brown. From deep. They grab their own miss. You're 7. That shot off the mark. Here's Fall. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, VA.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Fournier covering. You're 7, a screen on Fournier. Nails it from 3.
He hit 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
This one for 3. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
He's hitting everything from deep, just flat out torching this defense.
On the wing, Fournier. Pass to Vezenkov. Down low. And stolen by Brown. The 17-footer. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
He didn't even look worried.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. It's Athens leading by 6. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And for Athens, from behind the arc, and Dorsey gets it to go.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Grant, the pass to Osman, to the left wing. Here he goes. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
I think it's time to put multiple bodies on him.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Athens.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Yeah, something else they're doing in this game is striking from long range. The defense just hasn't been able to keep them off the arc tonight.
So on the floor for Athens.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Here's Dorsey. Got it.
Such opportunistic basketball right there, and when they desperately needed it too.
About a minute and a half into the 4th now. And there's the screen to the middle. Off target at the rim.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at the rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
Count it. Dorsey's got 7 points for the quarter.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Here's Evans. Nunn defends. Three-pointer, no good. And Brown has got the ball here for Athens. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. No good with the triple.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
To the wing, right side. Peters' shot is good.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
The three ball. Drops in the three. Give him 30.
And this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team, Evans. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and Athens making a change here. And that's good as he hits both shots. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Outside Nunn.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Fires at the elbow. It's hauled in by Fall. Oh, deflected. Nunn's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Here's Peters, and he hits it to tie the game.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
And there's the drive. The layup misses. Here's Evans. Nunn defends. Here's Papanikolaou to take the lead. Knocks down the long J.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Looking to end the run. And another miss by Athens.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Pass to Fall. Here's Papanikolaou, defended by Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Nunn. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Money.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Second team foul. Checking in. Number 3.
Here's Evans. Misses the layup.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock.
An explosive finish for a big man who doesn't always take it to the rim hard.
Yeah, he has the appropriate size to attack the rim, but he usually doesn't.
He did that time, and let's not discourage him because I'd like to see more of that from him in the future.
Big-time bucket to put him in front. Now they've got to put everything into their D and come up with a big stop.
Knocks it loose.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
The last make was huge. Now, realistically, the worst-case scenario for them is OT.
And Athens calls time here. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Tries to hit him. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited
Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. It's Athens and the home team. A look at the starting group for Athens. We've got Brown. Yurtsevin out there with Grant. And it's Osman in at the 4 slot. Here's Biberovic. And he finishes nicely on the way.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Up top, Yurtsevin. Six on the shot clock. The rebound by Marjanovic. We play just over a minute here in the first. Baldwin the pass to Hayes. Baldwin looking for the opening. And there's...
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. To the paint, here's Osman. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Pass to Biberovic. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Grant. And so Grant will bring it up for Athens. This one for three. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Biberovic. Launches it. The three-pointer is right on target. Biberovic has got his second bucket of the night.
Offense clicking early here. 3 for 4 to start this one.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. To the inside. Here's Hayes. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Now Athens with it. Trailing by 2. Here's Osman. Grant goes in. Yep, that one goes.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Athens shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Here's Baldwin. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, it's settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Grant. He has 6 to the wing on the left. Here's Osman. Grant surveying the D. Yurtsevin kicks to Grant. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Grant's got 8 points.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pass to Biberovic. Here's Baldwin. He's covered by Grant. Here's Biberovic. Stolen by Grant. One-on-one fast break. They get it back, and he dunks it down.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Biberovic, and nothing is falling for him right now. Athens leading by 6.
Full team foul. Baldwin. First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 37 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Connects from three-point range. 8 points for him.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
The 3 buries it from three-point range. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now, here's Grant. He's got 8. Three-pointer. The shot misses. with 4 seconds on the clock. And that's 2 points on the layup.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And the last second attempt doesn't fall. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Athens leads by 4. The second. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Athens.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
And for Athens, no good from Hernan Gomez. And he banks in the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Nunn passes to Slukas. That one, no good. From outside the arc, drills the three-pointer. He's got 8.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Defended by Nunn. It's hauled in by Athens. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Offline with his 3.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. And you got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Pass to Birch. To the wing right side. Fires the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Pretty much poor defensive effort there. You have to get a hand in his face when he's spotting up from distance.
There's Slukas. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Here's Gutterich. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Athens leading by 4. Pass to Nunn. For the 3. And the pass goes out of bounds, and they'll turn it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to Gutterich. Shoots the 3. Good on the triple. Gutterich has got his first 3 points of the game.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous lapse there defensively.
There's Slukas. It's good from long range.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Here's Gutterich. It's hauled in by Athens.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
First personal foul, first team foul.
Intercepted.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover.
Driving the lane. It's good. And it's an 8-point Athens lead.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
1:02 left now here in the second. They set the screen. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Gunnerich has got 6.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Good on the three-point shots. Now just a 2-point Athens lead.
And the three-pointers are starting to add up. That's his 3rd of the quarter, and it brings him to 4 on the game.
There's Lucas. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
A 3-ball. It's hauled in by Athens. 16 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Nunn. Picked him clean. Here's Hall. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review.
Is overturned.
Room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off inside.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Athens ahead. Up 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Coin toss. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction. This game goes to the last shot.
Jetstradamus.
I know my partner here appreciates the brute force, especially on the glass, right, Shaq? And they're in a good spot because of it.
They've shown. Thanks for spending half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's Baldwin. Marjanovic is out there with Hayes. And it's Biberovic in at the 3. Baldwin kicks to Hayes. Ball stolen. One-on-one fast break. And for Athens, they've got Grant. Yurtsevin out there with Brown. And it's Osman in at the 4-man position. Over to the wing. Here's Baldwin. For the lead. He can't get that one to fall. And here is Athens now. There's the triple. Nailed from three-point land.
3 points.
11 points in the game.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Biberovic. No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. No good from outside. Athens leading by 5. And here is Yurtsevin. Still without a basket. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another 3 for Athens.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Baldwin the pass to Marjanovic. Baldwin kicks to Marjanovic. Lets it go with the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
that's in. And the Athens lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Baldwin.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Biberovic. He's covered by Brown and taken away by Brown. And now Athens on the break. Here's Osman. Drains the three-pointer. Osman's got his second basket of the night.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Great open look there. Biberovic has got 8.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Pass to Osman. Shot clock at 5. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And so Grant will bring it up for Athens. They lead by 4. 1:15 left to play in the third. And the dunk by Grant.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
Going to the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one. An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Grant kicks to Brown. Good, and Grant gets the assist. And Athens leads by 6.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
It's stolen by Brown. Grant on the wing. Here's the break. Here's Biberovic. And so it's Athens with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Here's Brown. Plays it up and tanks it in. Brown's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Athens. And for Athens, defended by none. It's hauled in by Athens.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
With the shot. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Pass to Gutteridge. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Athens leading by 8. Fires the 3. Traps in the tray. Brown's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Out to the right wing. Here's Gutterich. Lays it up off the glass.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
But both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Brown, no good. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Defended by Nunn. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nunn.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Here's Biberovic. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Athens leading by 7. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now, Nunn. And here's the break. Three-pointer. And that one's good. Biberovic.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide-open three.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. A three. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Crushing blow to the host right there. I mean, they were in this game for what felt like only a second before instantly giving that three-pointer up.
Back to Marjanovic. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. There's the three. Drills it from outside.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Athens leading by 6. There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. This Lucas. And Athens making a change here. Grant's checked in.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Athens.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket. And watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
Well, they've been fantastic tonight, really enforcing giveaways and getting scores on the other end. I mean, you get a few more possessions like that, your confidence grows, you win that turnover battle.
There's the pick. Just 5 to shoot. And he takes the fantastic lead pass out strong for the slam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Seems to be taking it on his shoulders aggressively to shrink this lead. They really needed those points.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Biberovic. Can't knock in the 3. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
It's the first that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
Baldwin. And the 3 off target. So Athens wins it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother.
Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Pass to Baberovic. 6 on the shot clock. Hits the trifecta.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
It's tipped. Here's Papanikolaou. Here's Fall. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Beautiful reverse, using his body to shield the finish. Nicely done.
Out left to the wing. Baldwin. From outside, off the mark. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. When I asked about guarding the big man, Domantas Sabonis, he told me his versatility is really tremendous. I told our guys to be aware of not just his scoring ability, but to plug up any passing lanes they see, because he can really move the ball too. It's going to take a total team effort from us. Let's see how things play out.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Pass to Baldwin. Ooh, stolen by Fournier.
Boy, that time he anticipated the kick out and came up with the steal.
Here's Papanikolaou. It's Hayes with the rebound. Here's Baldwin. Fournier covering. Here's Marjanovic. Shakes him. And it's good on the lay-in.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Outside Fournier. Here's Marjanovic. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make him earn those points from deep. Don't give them to him free at the line.
And he sinks the second. And he nails the third. Pass to Vezenkov. They set the pick. Launches it from deep. It's hauled in by Baberovic.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Here's Vezenkov. He's defended by Hayes. Here's Papanikolaou. To the paint. Here's Fall. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Here's Baldwin. He takes it in.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
He drops it from range.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
For 3. Now here's Hayes. He's covered closely.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Pass to Fall. Here's Vezenkov. He's defended by Hayes. And he's going for the oop here. Hammers the lob through. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Here's Baldwin. And he slams it in one-handed.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
Marjanovic can't hit. Outside Fournier. Over to the wing. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. The shot by Vezenkov, no good. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Hayes. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Fall. Hayes has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. From deep three-point land. The shot by Vezenkov, no good. Out to the right wing. Here's Baberovic. Knocks down the long J. Baberovic has got 6. Baberovic has gone a perfect 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Here's Papanikolaou. Soft touch off the glass.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Up 2 and back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
Right wing to the inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Pass to Guduric. Here's Hall. Beyond the arc. And Dorsey gets it to go. Dorsey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster ride.
You do me one, I'll do you one better. It feels like we have a lead change every few possessions.
Here's Dorsey. 3-pointer. Evans, that's good. Evans has gotten his second bucket on the night.
And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
Here's the pick. Launches a 3. Guduric with the bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Inside, Hall, and the powerful one-handed slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
3-pointer in transition.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor if you want to win. They have loads of confidence from three-point land right now.
It's deflected. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Dorsey with the drive. Basket counts. Dorsey's got 5 points.
Slick crossover move. The defense had no way of keeping up.
Dorsey's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. To the middle. Stolen. Here's Peters. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's Dorsey. He's got 5. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Here's Hall. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
Right now, a close game in Atlanta. Pass to Evans. There's the triple. Melly with a rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
There's the drive. Got a hand on it. Here's Guterich.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he's got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. On Monday, then on Sunday.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Here's Evans. He has 6. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's the break. .32 seconds left in the first half of this one. Here's Peters. Clock is at 3. Here's Dorsey. A good-looking shot from the wing. Dorsey's got 7 points.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
Here's Hall. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
That one falls. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Leading by 5. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute.
One thing I'll say, they've been poised with the ball. Keep turnovers down, allows you to level up.
Yeah, hard to gain momentum. Okay, fellas, now. And that is going to do it for us.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. They've got Hayes. He's out there with Boban Marjanovic. And it's Baldwin in at the 2. And the three-pointer goes.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Fall. For the tie. And it's good on the layup. He's got 7.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Marjanovic out to the wing. From 20 feet, Baldwin's shot is good. Baldwin's got 6.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
There's a screen. Pass to Fall. Here's Vesenkov. Fade away. And that one's good.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Here's Baberovic. Fournier covering.
Away team foul. Panathinaikos. First personal foul. First team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hayes for 3. The shot no good. Hayes has gone 1 for 4 from the field. Here's Papanikolaou. He's got 5. Picked it. And here's the fast break. 4-3. And Hayes good for 3. Hayes has got his second basket of the night.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
To the wing on the left. That three's off the mark.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Here's Baldwin. 6 points for him. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket. Baldwin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You've got to work harder on the glass.
These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Here's Baberovic. Tipped. They retain possession. Pass to Baldwin.
2 minutes.
Fires the three. The rebound by Vezenkov.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. 13 points in the game.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Here's Baberovic. Fournier covering. Here's Marjanovic. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Marjanovic got 5 now.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
56 seconds left in the third. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
To the right side. Here's Marjanovic. Tips it, but no good. Pass to Vezenkov. Here's Papanikolaou. There's the three. Knocks down the triple.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Here's Baldwin. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Here's Vezenkov. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Fournier. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for the away team.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Here's Peters. They get it again. And he throws it down with one hand.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Cutting into this lead, they're well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Here's Evans. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Launches it. Gets the 3 to fall.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Here's Peters. Out to the right wing. Here's Evans. The steal. Pass to Guterich. Here's Hall. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome. Or in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Liberovic can't get it to go. And if you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. He's defended by Hayes. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's the 3. Connects from downtown.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Pass to Baldwin. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Evans. Here's Dorsey. Here's Peters. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Making the most of the second chance opportunity.
Hey, the hustle is real, and the hustle is rewarded.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Hayes for 3. Fournier with a rebound.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
The shot by Dorsey, no good. All right, very little time to get back into this.
Very true. They need to score quickly and get stops, or it'll soon be out of reach.
Pass to Fall. Fournier with the ball. Here's Evans. Uses the glass on the layup.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
Here's Dorsey. From deep. That shot missing.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Pass to Fall. 6 to shoot. Let's go with a 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When